if you want to see how I created this scatter stacked rhinestone template, stay tuned.
Let nobody tell you that you ain't capable, 'cause through Jesus, all things are possible.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Wendy, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'm showing you how you can create your own stacked, scattered font for rhinestones, okay? So you're gonna be making your own rhinestone template today, so you don't have to worry about purchasing one from another. I mean, you still can, if you want to, but I'm gonna show you the basics of how you can go about making your own. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and consider subscribing to my channel. A1 since day one. I sure appreciate you. Know I'm talking about, I'm saying already, man. Okay, so right now, what I just did was I went to the text icon, clicked it, and so now I'm just going to type out blessed with the capital B, and everything else is going to be lowercase. So I'm going to change the font to, the font size to 144, but for the B, I want to make that one 200. And the reason for that is because I'm blessed. And so I want my B to stand out. But you can make yours as big as you want to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go by what I'm doing. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to fill it in. And then I'm going to come over here to the font, the text panel. And so I'm going to space this out to about 115. And the reason for that is because when you do the rhinestone template, you don't want to have everything, mumbled, jumbled or whatever. So the font we're going to be using today, I downloaded from defont.com. And this one is 100% free. And so we're going to be using, if it'll stay, we're going to be using the Army Rangers. Okay, no pun intended, because I was in the Army, but no pun intended. I just like this font because of the star. And so as you can see, spacing it out worked great because, yeah, it's not all on top of each other. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make a copy and move this over. So what you're going to do now is the reason why you can't see the top of my screen, you don't really need it because everything we need is right here on the side. Well, yeah, everything's right on the side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the star, the open offset panel, click on that, and we're going to click on regular offset. So right here it has it at 125. We're going to take it to 75, and I'm going to apply these, I keep doing that. We're going to do it to 0.75, okay? Click the rounded corners, and we're going to hit apply, okay? So let's see what it's looking like. What does it look like? Yeah, that's cool. So now what we'll do is, so I'm going to group this together, and I'm going to put my, I'm going to put this back as best as I can. Click it. And I grouped it for a reason because when you start doing your rhinestones, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be everywhere. So now we're gonna click it again. We're gonna go to offset again. And now we're gonna do 150. Harsh corners, apply. Okay, offset again. We just did 150. We're gonna do 225 with the harsh corners, apply. Offset, just did 225. We're gonna do 300 and apply. Offset 375. Apply, offset 450 and apply. So we're just gonna do that many layers because you'll see in a moment the reason why. So I'm gonna move this over, and I zoomed in so you guys can see it better. So we're gonna try to click on the very first line, and we're gonna go down here to the open nesting. Click on the rhinestone, okay? So I don't use anything outside for rhinestones. Yes, for rhinestones, the size that I use for shirts only is SS10. So click on SS10 and then click this icon, the edge icon. And so now we're gonna come over here to inches and we're gonna delete the 3, make it a 1. And so you want yours to be right here. You want it to be 0.019. That's what you want it to be because you want it closer here, and you'll see why in a moment. So now let's see if we can click on the other layers. Hopefully the other layer just shows up, and it did not. So let's undo that. Let's go here. Let's see if we can move this. Now let's click this because you want this one to be done, this bless to be done as well. So we'll do SS10. Let's see. Okay, so it did it. I don't know what that is. So that did that. And so now you want to space this out. So let's see what 39 does. If it spaces it out to where we want it to be. It's kind of jumbled still. Let's see what 50 does. And so at this point, you're just, playing around with the spacing. We may have to get rid of this one. So let's just take this one and move it out of the way because, yeah, it's going to be more manipulation than what you want it to be. And so I'm just going to put the blessed, the actual word blessed back in here. And so now let's go ahead and start stacking and scattering. So SS10, edge. I mean, you can go with this one, but you see how, it fills it all in. And then this one, how it fills it all in too. So just stick with, when you're doing this part right here, just stick with edge. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I need to move this up because the star needs to fit in there perfectly. Yep. Okay. So 50 for that font is pretty good. Now, same thing. Boom, boom. But now, instead of 50, we're going to make it, let's do 100. All right. So now we're going to do it again. And you every time you want to hit the S10 SS and edge. So now let's do let's see what 200 do. 200. Let's do 350. Let's do 500. Oh, I ain't take my own stuff. 500. So that's at 500. Let's make sure. So it's at 500, right? And so as you can see, it's kind of like, what's happening? What's happening? So we're just gonna move this over. But we are gonna take this one right here, and I moved it out because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to release the rhinestones. And the reason why I'm releasing the rhinestones is because I want to show you guys what it's supposed to look like. So I'm going to come up here. And you want all your rhinestone sizes to be this right here. So you want it all to be 0.130. So either 0.130 or you can do 1.29. So anything between 0.129 to 0.134. That's where, those are the sweet spots where you want to stay at, okay? You don't want to go anything further than that. And so you want to check these two and make sure that they're good. As you can see that this D is a little bit off. So I want to, move this up. Either you want to move it up or you want to move it down. Or you can... I'm going to come, I'm deleting that. I'm gonna delete that. So now I'm gonna come back over here and I'm going to regroup. I'm gonna regroup the rhinestones and I'm gonna put them back in here. Put them back in here. And so now with this one right here, what you can do is you can just do the same thing that I just did. You can release the rhinestones. That'll release them. And then you can come and you can take like a gang of them. Like you can take like this whole bottom one. You can group it. You can move it down. You can move it back over here. And so the template that I can close this out. The template that I'm going to show you guys at the end that I actually created, that template, what I did was I took some rhinestones that were, you know, kind of like this, and I ungrouped them. You know, I released the rhinestones or whatever. And so I just started taking them, and yes, honey, one by one, because I wanted my bee to be built up, and I wanted to be, you know, I wanted it to look super scattered. I didn't want it to look, because when you're scattering, it can look any way that you want it to look. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, I want my bee to be super built up. You know what I'm saying? So I was just taking them, and I was just like, boom, boom, boom. And so even like this one right here, you can tell how this one could get cut off. You know what I'm saying? It probably won't. But if it was going to get cut off, what you could do is you could take all these right here and place them at the bottom. And so that's what I was doing with mine. Just, you know, making it, you know, like my personality, extravagant and large. You know what I'm saying? So I was just going for it. And so now I can't leave it like that because it's only a couple up there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to continue to make it however you want to make it. If you want to put some over here, you know, you can put some over here. You could do it like this. And the beauty of the scattered method is that it don't have to be perfect, because, you know, some templates that you have, it has to be perfect. Like if your G is messed up, then it's just like, like, what is that? Is that a G? What is that? So I just deleted those. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to group the whole thing together. Some people, you know, make it a compound path. I'm not going to make it a compound path because I don't like the way that the compound path makes it look. So I'm going to come over here. And now, as you can see, everything fits in. And the size of it is 11. So the width of it is 11.296. And the height of it is 7.796. I would just leave it, you know, as is. And if some of it gets cut off, like on the sides, you know, because your template's not big enough, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the scattered method. So ain't nobody gonna know no way. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna fill this in. So you guys, I'm tripping. I'm gonna fill this in so you guys can see exactly, you know, what it looks like. So this is the final product, and this is what it looks like as far as, you know, the template on the computer. And so this right here is the template that I made using the same method that I showed you guys. As you can see, like over here, some of it did get cut off, but because it's still on the board, I'm able to you know, utilize it as, you know, as it is, you know what I'm saying? So I still have rhinestones over here. And I had some issues with mine because the black ones didn't want to come off, but it's all good. Some of the circles didn't want to come off, but it's fine because even though you see them in here, I'm still able to utilize those holes. So, you know, it ain't holy or nothing like that. Well, it's not, it is holy, you know, but there are no spaces that are missing. So with that, this has been Journey with Wendy. I showed you how you can make your own scattered font, scattered stack rhinestone template. And with that, I'm out.